Umapatim Suragurum Vande Jagatkaranam Vande Pannagabhushanam Mrigamadam Vande Pashunam Patim Vande Surya Shashanka Vanhi Nayanam Vande Mukunda Priyam Vande Bhaktajanashrayam cha varadam Vande Shivam Shankaram Vande Bhaktajanashrayam cha varadam Vande Shivam Shankaram. Om. Today we begin Shiva Pancaksara Stotram. As I have mentioned in my previous series of talks, prayers to the divine can be twofold. Prayers which express gratitude, which glorify the divine, or prayers in which we appeal, we call, we cry for compassion to relieve us from our pain, suffering, afflictions in life. While the first series of the power of prayers, in the first series, we unfolded Sri Vaidyanatha Ashtakam, in which, even though the divine is being praised, glorified, described eloquently, there is an appeal, a call for protection from him as a cosmic healer, protection from all diseases, illnesses, protection from death, protection from fears, insecurities, anxieties, depressions. And in that set of verses, we received the story of Markandeya, and through him, the Mahamrityunjaya mantra that Lord Shiva gave to Markandeya, the only person to receive it on earth, that mantra was elaborately also explained. Shiva Pancaksara Stotram is a set of 5 beautiful verses glorifying the infinite light in the form of Lord Shiva, the auspicious one, the one who brings hope, the one who brings prosperity, the one who brings auspiciousness, goodness, blessings, tons of grace in our lives. The divine as the auspicious being is glorified here, and this glorification comes when you unfold his nature and express our gratitude. And so in this set of verses, every verse ends with na-ma-shi-va-ya, na-ma-shi-va-ya, Shivaya unto Lord Shiva, the infinite light, Namaha. My salutations to you, my salutations, my prayers in gratitude, in glorifying your power, your glories. And in each of these 5 verses, every verse is dedicated to a letter of a very important mantra called Panchakshari, Shiva Panchakshari mantra. This mantra is made up of 5 syllables. Na-ma-shi-va-ya. Na-ma-shi-va-ya. And so na-ma-shi-va-ya. Na-ma-shi-va-ya. These 5 syllables refer to 2 words, Namaha and Shivaya. Namaha and Shivaya. And each syllable, one verse is dedicated to each syllable to unfold the nature of the Lord. And therefore, verse number 1 reveals the nature of the divine as begun with the syllable na. Similarly, verse number 2 reveals the nature of the divine as revealed by the syllable ma. Similarly, verse number 3 refers to she. Verse number 4 refers to the syllable va, and verse number 5 refers to the syllable ya. So each of these verses begin with each of these syllables. Verse number 1 begins with na, verse number 2 begins with ma, and that means namaha. Verse number 3 is she, verse number 4 is va, verse number 5 is ya. And so the syllables are she-va-ya. And thus in these 5 verses, the 5 simple 5 syllables of Lord Shiva, a mantra for Lord Shiva, reveals the nature of the divine, and it is a prayer of glorification while you chant the 5-syllabled mantra. Na-ma-shi-va-ya, na-ma-shi-va-ya. And so, in this chant, like these prayers, any prayer can be Vedic prayer, or it can be prayers which have basis in the Veda, but they are not from the Veda. Such prayers are called stotrams. Vedic prayers or hymns are called suktams, whereas prayers which have basis in the Vedas but are not from the Vedas directly, they are called stotrams. While the Vedic prayers are called suktams, and they are always a set of mantras, here this is a stotram, which is a set of shlokas or verses. Verses are called shlokas in Sanskritam. And so here we are looking at Shiva Pancaksara Stotram. Shiva Pancaksara Stotram, a set of 5 verses which reveal the nature of na-ma-shi-va-ya. And it is dedicated to, it is said to be composed by Adi Shankaracharya. And here I have, if you have noticed, I have very safely omitted the letter, the word, the single syllabled word called Om. Om na-ma-shi-va-ya. You never just say na-ma-shi-va-ya, we say Om na-ma-shi-va-ya. On Mahashivratri day, people chant day and night Om na-ma-shi-va-ya. It is a japa. Om na-ma-shi-va-ya is a very powerful japa. And so then here we have quietly added one more word, a single syllable word, and that word is Om. So it is important before we enter into na-ma-shi-va-ya, we understand the meaning of Om. And Om letter, it is a single syllable word, a very, very beautiful, powerful, single syllabled word. It is said, unto Om my namaha, my namaskara. Omkara bindu sanyuktam nityam dhyayanti yoginaha kamadam mokshadam chaiva omkaraya namo namaha. Namo namaha, my repeated salutations to Om. Why? Because it is a giver of, the single syllable word is a giver of fulfillment of all our desires, worldly and spiritual desire for moksha too. And it is this letter, this word, that the yogis nityam dhyayanti, they eternally meditate upon a single syllabled word called Om. Why? Because it gives you everything in life. Kamadam mokshadam chaiva. And so here, let us see how the Upanishads, the Vedas themselves, reveal the nature of Om. In the Kathopanishad, it is said, Sarve Vedaha Yat Padam Amananti Tapamsi Sarvani Chayat Vadanti Yadichanto Brahmacharyam Charanti Tatte Padam Sangrahena Bravimi Om Ityetate. So the Kathopanishad says, talking about that goal to know which people take to a life of study, discipline, penance, asceticism, they all take to a life of discipline and penance, sadhana. And that goal, which all the Vedas describe, that one single goal of a human life, and I shall tell you very briefly what that goal is. The Kathopanishad mentions, and then it says briefly, Om. In other words, Om is the goal of the Veda. Om is the essence of the Vedas. Om is the destination of all spiritual practices. And so there are other Upanishads like the Mundaka Upanishad and Taittiriya Upanishad, which describes an upasana, how to meditate upon Om. Pranava Upasana it is called. Pranava is another name for Om. And these Upanishads describe Om as everything. Taittiriya Upanishad says, Omiti Brahma, Omiti Dagum Sarvam. Om is the infinite. Om is all that is here. And when you look at these descriptions, from the Veda, even the Bhagavad Gita talks about Om as the most pure of all that is to be known in the world. Vedyam pavitram omkaraha, it is said. Rik yaju sama yajurevacha. In the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says, the essence of Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda, the essence, the purest is, which is to be known, is Om. And why do you say that? Well, because Om is that which releases. Even at the time of death, if somebody chants the word Om, Omityekaksharam Brahma, Vyaharan Mamas Manusmaran, Yav Prayatitya Jandeham, Sayati Paramam Gatim. So the one who even gives up his physical body, chanting Om, Bhagavan says when you chant Om, Mam Anusmaran, it is like chanting my name. It is chanting my name, and one reaches the final destination, final abode. And any yajna you do, any charity you do, any rituals you do, any penance we do, whatever action is done, it is to be done preceded by the utterance of the word Om. This is all described in the Bhagavad Gita. Tasmad Om mityudahritya yajnadana tapakriyaha pravartante vidhanoktaha satatam brahmavadinam. And so Om in the Veda, in the Upanishads, is the destination, is the culmination, is the name of the divine. Whether you see him in one form or in multitude of forms, or as someone who is formless one, well, in any whichever way you own up, you recognize your divine, he can be called, he is known as Om. In the Bhagavata Puranam also, in the Puranas, Om is described in detail. In the Yoga Sutra also, it is said in the first pada, 27th sutra, it is said, Tasya Vachakaha Pranavaha. The name of the divine, Tasya Ishwarasya, the name of the divine is Pranava. Pranava means Om. Even in the Sikhism, in Jap Sahib, it begins with Om. Ek Onkar Sattanam Karta Purukh Nirvau Nirve. And thus, Ek Onkar, all that is there is one in the universe, and that is called Om. And thus, having described, seeing Om as being the single syllabled word, which is the name of the cosmic being, the cosmic healer, how we must know how does this word Om represent the Lord? It is important. The word Om, you can just chant Om. In fact, sannyasis or monks, their mantra of chant is Om. Merely, only Om. And so here, Om, the single syllable word, if you were to understand its meaning, its linguistic meaning, I shall explain to you the linguistic meaning of Om and the non-linguistic meaning of Om. The linguistic meaning of Om Here, the word Om, every word in Sanskritam stems from, has a root, and the root has an affix joined to it. And so Om, the word, has a root, and the root is Av. Av is the root. Av Rakshane. Av meaning to protect. Avati Rakshati iti Om. That which protects is Om. And so this Av, the root, undergoes a lot of grammatical changes. The Vakara in the Av becomes U by a grammar rule called Samprasaranam. So now you have A and U, and to this the affix Man is added, and so you get A, U and Ma, and therefore A, U and Ma, A and U being two vowels juxtaposition sitting next to each other. In Sanskritam, we cannot pronounce two vowels phonetically separately, and so two vowels, simple vowels sitting next to each other becomes one heavy vowel called diphthong, and that diphthong is O. And so A plus U becomes O, and O plus the pratyaya, the affix Ma, gives you Om. And thus we have a grammatical derivation of the word Om. And so with this we find out that Om is made of A, U and Ma. And here Om is therefore called that which has three matra. It has in its stomach three syllables which becomes one. And what is this three syllable represent? The Upanishad, the Mandukya Upanishad describes the syllable A represents the Lord, the omniscient being in the, as known in the physicality, as known in the waking state. So it is Jagarita Sthanaha Vaishwanaraha. A represents the Lord in the waking state. When we are awake, our consciousness is awake. For us, the universe is also awake. The world of names and forms is awake, and the consciousness of the universe is also awake. And therefore, that consciousness of the names and forms, that intelligence, that omniscience of all names and forms that you experience in your waking world is represented by the single syllable A of Om. And representing the omniscient being in the waking world, he is also given a name by Mandukya Upanishad, and he is called Vaishwanaraha. U, the second syllable, is Swapnasthanaha. The experience of the dream world is an experience that we all have, and the omniscience, that order, that law, that system that makes dream as your experience possible, that omniscience is represented by the single letter U and is called Taijasaha. The third component of Om is Makara, which now you can guess it represents the Sushupti Sthana or the deep sleep state, and the deep sleep experience that we as conscious beings enjoy comes from the omnipresence of the Lord, that conscious being that gives you the experience of sleep, and he is called Prajnaha, represented by Makara. And therefore, Om represents the waking, dream and deep sleep worlds. Om not only represents the waking, dream and deep sleep, it is said it is also Amatraha. Amatraha means when you chant Om, 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 there is a moment of a soundless experience too. There is an experience of sound and experience of the soundless sound. In other words, the experience of silence. And that Amatraha, that silence, also refers to the divine, which is your own essential nature too. And therefore, Mandukya Upanishad describes A, U, and the silence that follows to be the divine being in the waking, dream and deep sleep experiences, and also when there is no experience, that silent, that prior silence or the posterior silence that follows the sound of Om, that Amatra is also Om. And so Om, when you say, it is everything, seen, unseen, form, formless, known, unknown, waking, dream, deep sleep states, or all that is here on earth, in the upper worlds, in the lower worlds, everything represents Om, is represented by Om. Thus we have the linguistic meaning of Om. We also have a non-linguistic meaning of Om, and I will spend another session describing Om as presented non-linguistically. When I say non-linguistically, I mean seeing Om phonetically. Phonetically, without bringing in any language. I said Om is a word, and every word in Sanskritam has a root followed by an affix. But that is in Sanskritam. That's a language. What if you drop the language also? Is there a meaning to Om? Yes, yes, yes. Om is that base sound. Om is that sound that covers all languages of the world. Whether it is French, whether it is African, whether it is Sweden, whether it is Chinese, whether it is German, whether it is Tamil, Malayalam, any language of the world, you can use the word Om, because phonetically also, non-linguistically, phonetically, Om is the most powerful sound syllable, the most powerful word which represents, it is a name of the Lord. It is a call to the divine. When you chant Om, it is a call of humanity. If all humanity could chant Om, the result will appear today, right now. That is how powerful is the call of Om, we will see tomorrow the non-linguistic meaning called the phonetic meaning of Om, as well as the philosophical meaning and how and why is it that we use Om as a prayer for protection, as the beginning of every prayer for protection. We will continue tomorrow. And we will close each session by chanting Om na-ma-shi-va-ya 5 times. Om na-ma-shi-va-ya, Om na-ma-shi-va-ya, Om na-ma-shi-va-ya, Om na-ma-shi-va-ya, Om na-ma-shi-va-ya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.